Hello, everyone. My name is Lyra. I am the Retro Gaming Channel. You are watching Super Stars. Tonight, I have a little bit of a treat for you guys. One of the games I'm actually better at. Like, we had a couple runs last night. We had a nice little trip through memory lane with Earthbound and some rock and roll racing, but I'm going to take you to part of my childhood I didn't really get a chance to play much of before we go into the comfort games again. This was a rental to me, but it was a good rental. So we're gonna be playing Power Rangers the movie on hard mode. This is also available on SNES, if I remember right. But I played the superior version, so alright, let's get this done. It has a little demo loop that introduces the Rangers and everything. This is the Season 2 cast, which you'd probably know as the Die Ranger crew. So, Jason, Trainee, and Zach are all gone and replaced with really characters. Pretty darn good. So yeah, little quick shout out before we get started. If you have not had a chance to follow our runners, thank you Megan Retro Man for the UN Squadron performance. Please go ahead and give everybody that's been on this wonderful marathon before me a follow. Let's go ahead and get started. Actually, hydrate's a good idea. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Alright. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get the right character and then get started. Adam is my backup. Kimberly is my main. So we're going to do stage 1 here is we're going to collect power-up after putty smashing a lot of things. These basic ones at the beginning don't take any sort of trouble to deal with. So. It acts like a fighting game. Everybody handles differently. Everybody has different priorities for their attacks. Just treat it like a fighter. Don't treat it like a beat 'em up. This isn't your average beat 'em up where everybody just kind of feels the same. You get the backflip between the foreground and background here, and that's how you actually handle things. Oopsie. I'm sorry, I just spaced out there. It's been a pretty wild weekend. Bash the Stampede. Johnny Young Bosch is my backup. If I'm not feeling Kim for some reason, I'll definitely use him like all the time. Yeah, that's a bait. You can't do much about that. So the reason why I'm not morphing here is because you can actually use it as a life extension. So this is a 1cc run. I have not failed a 1cc run in since I was little, so this is a safe run. Some of the other things I've run for other marathons and have run in the past are not necessarily the most safe things in the universe, but this game is completely free. Minus the one place where you can soft lock, and I'll point that out when we get there. Yeah, that was back in the day, wasn't it? We're just kind of chilling here. We're running through the mall. There's all sorts of things trying to kill us. Little Gundam robots. Little mine launchers. I need to get you off the screen so you pop the next monster. In this stage, it's better to try and kill everybody as quick as possible. That one right there, I'm gonna leave alone now. But yeah. I think the hardest person for me to use personally out of the entire cast in this game would be Tommy. Only because when he's in Ranger form, he has a little kickstand on his jumps that make either on his jumps or his backflips that make him kind of a little bit awkward to use compared to the rest of them. That's only 2 hits, it's bad. That's fine, we were gonna actually break that right there anyways. So we use the morph right here to cause some extra damage to the robot to completely destroy it on its second pass, so that way everything is just lined up perfectly there. That was 100% calculated. The 2 hits before that were just whatever. Because you get your life back whenever you morph. You can skip that, that's a hamburger. Yeah, you'll find a couple of 1-ups in various parts of the stages. That's so fun. All of these to those that were looking forward to getting dead, because I will give you a 160 run instead. Because even on hard mode, this game is pretty free. As I mentioned previously. It might even be a butter free. I should probably grab power. I may not have enough to have a weapon here at the beginning. So this is the last part before the stage 1 boss. Kind of just beat up a whole bunch of them. Yeah, I don't have enough. We have to wait for our first power up to stun lock this boss. The reason why I use Kimberly here instead of Adam is because Kim has a weapon that can stun lock bosses just by how many times you fire it. It is fantastic. It's just not when you get Mirror Maniac RNG like that. Oh my god, he's trolling. There we go. Now we got a weapon. Let's go. Every ranger uses their signature weapons. Kimberly can stun lock, just not this boss because it's trolly. Get super at the end right there. Yeah, he's actually kind of aggro. This is normally a pretty free boss, but he is angry today. If you hit the wrong one, he is going to pretty much auto-hit you, so you have to be really... Okay, that was really sauce. Alright. You get the chance to change your characters in between rounds, but I am a Kim user. That is the way we stay. If you have under a 6-minute stage 1, you are going to be in just peachy keen fine mode. My run is nowhere near the top of the leaderboard. The categories are pretty wild, and you have a lot of really good people in this that use other characters. I use characters that are comfortable to me, because why I'm not farther up as much as I am. So welcome to the aircraft carrier. This introduces a new putty type, which is going to be a little bit later on. It also introduces the standing guns, which are actually... can't show them later, they're kind of annoying. The orange ones will just kind of... just shrug. These aren't the ones you need to worry about. These ones are pretty harmless, they're just tankier than usual. The other one got... oh, he came back. Okay. Oh wow, you're rude. There's a hamburger right here. But these are the ones you need to worry about, the jump kick ones. Treat it like a fighting game. If you have air priority on your attack animation, you're going to one-shot it, otherwise it's going to kick you out of the air. I kind of... oh. Always try to stand to the right of the screen when possible, because sometimes you're going to run off the screen, and if you're standing to the left, it's just wasted time. The spiders will drop poop on you. Just like that menace Spider-Man! The little water guns, basically what they are. They're not all that special. But you're gonna see me use a strategy here in this particular part to knock a bunch of them into the water, because it's just faster that way. Unless you just flat on them. Also, you get to dance in this music too, it's really good. That's the quick kills on almost all of it. Brutal stage 2 so far. We're still in good shape, but oh, that's toxic. Overshot that a little bit, that's fine. You can't actually kill him until you jump off. It's weird. You'd think normally you would be able to, but... I might have to morph early here. That's a 1-up. I was trying to see if he was gonna, like, shoot so I can bait him at it, but... then... You might need credits if you are playing with a newer player. But playing this on 2 players is pretty wild. I used to do that when I was little. Hey, spider poop. We missed all of it though, there's no more of them. Okay, I'm 100% morphing early. Like right here is actually... Have a little bit of extra power there. We probably aren't going to have enough for our weapon, which is fine. Even without weapon, this next boss is pretty free as well. Okay, okay. Alright, second boss will be Cannon Top. Cannon Top is actually the easiest boss in the game because you can manipulate the heck out of his AI. Well, let me show you how. Oh, you're just gonna start that way. Okay, cool. As long as you are somewhere near the top of your screen, he's going to cannon top you 100% of the time. That's how you stop it firing mortars on you. Those are off. I was trying to jump down there and it just didn't handle, so that's what it is. If you're lucky, you only get 1 cannon shot. Otherwise, it goes like 2 to 3. Not having meter for this part has actually made this particular fight really slow. Probably gonna lose a little bit of time here. Now we're gonna dance to the music. And that's the end of stage 2. First 2 stages are pretty easy. I'm gonna ramp up a little bit over time. This place, if you love auto-scrollers, well, this is the right stage for you. So there's plenty of dance time here. So that's Skelerina right there. That's going to be our stage boss. Kind of just nopes out for the beginning of this and make you go through the auto-scroller. For the fighting you on the auto-scroller. Not much to do except dance. If you're doing this run for a charity marathon, you can totally use this part to read off donations. I definitely recommend it. Because there's like nothing that goes on here. First, your stage hazards are going to be rocks. I guess the other stage hazard is dancing too. Just let them do whatever they want, so they're not going to come in the front. In this particular section, you have a snowmobile to deal with. Make sure you get rid of that before you jump, otherwise you'll probably bump into it and have it knock you off. That wouldn't be fun at all. Sometimes that one will jump forward. Seems like stage 3s are just a common place for an auto-scroller, because the other beat 'em up I played, Turtles in Time, that's the auto-scroller, stage 3 right there. Alright, first thing is jump. You see a putty right there, it's your tell that you're gonna duck. Now that the camera shifted, you are free to jump. Chill. There's gonna be a 1-up on this particular section right here. I'm trying to remember where it is. It's on the bottom. It might be on the top though. It'll be towards the end of the level too. Stage 3, there's not much to kill, so you're not really gonna have the energy to morph and save your life meter before you reach the boss. If you're having like completely good luck, you'll be able to get it. Otherwise, you wouldn't worry about it because you're going to get it towards the end of the stage anyway. Oopsie. Wait, I just up a little bit. And I didn't end up having the ability to change my titles over. So it's still a last night's game, so it's going to be weird because everyone's going to think like, this is Earthbound? Ignore the fish. I actually did get enough meter here, though. Interesting. Oh. I think that was the one. Oh well, we don't really need it. So if you like easy bosses, guess what? Cannon Top was really easy. Gallerina is just as easy. This is another boss you can fully manipulate and doing whatever you want. You can play chicken with her too. Like, sometimes she just gets angry though. That's too early. If you hit her twice, she's gonna teleport away no matter what. She'll sometimes try to teleport on top of you too. I do not like hitting you from the wall. If I get hit again, I'm gonna play this safe. I'm gonna try for Deathless. Almost too early. That's way too early. No! Get away from me. She'll do the Vega thing where she just comes and tries to jump off the wall to slam into you. That's scary. I don't like that. Okay, we're good. We played chicken. Chicken is tasty, but now we dance. As your score goes up, just like any other beat 'em up, you get extra lives for that. We'll probably cap out at 9. Fine. That's what the best part about this game is. The music's just jamming. Everything in the game is great. The stage 4 mini boss is the worst in the game though. That's right, we're kicking oil cans until they explode. Great stage mechanic. I skipped a power up there, I probably shouldn't have. Oh well. Also, for those who weren't here for my runs last night, I apologize, I do some congestion from when I had a cold earlier this month. It never went away. I am recovering slowly. When you get older, it just takes long. But in other words, don't get sick, right? You're gonna run into new putties at the end of the train section. But for now, it's just the guard roaring ones you've been used to. It's faster to kick them than it is to punch them. Because when you punch on Kim, you have a backhand slap that in some instances is better, but not against these. We conserve as much life as we can here because this mini boss coming up is a giant troll. I don't like it. I don't like you either. You better watch yourself. We're wanted men on 12 systems. I'll be careful then. You'll be dead. Star Wars. Burger there. Have our life extension. If they're in the air, they're not going to get blown up by that, so we got really lucky there. Alright, so here's our mini-boss. It throws fire everywhere. So you break these. That's not too bad, we only took 2 hits there. Alright, so with that completed, this train is now on an endless rail to its doom, so we're gonna ignore it now. But here's where the next of the putties come in. We have, after this next wave, putty with a sword. Takes a lot of damage. Also, chocolate pain. Some stay dry while others feel the rain. Yeah, I'm old enough to remember that. Let's stand to the right. And off you go. Nice double kill there. Putties with assault rifles. I bet you didn't think you were going to see that in a kid's show. It's that dynamite too, which is kind of sus. I for some reason thought I remember that being a burger, but it's not. That should be. There you go. I immediately lose it. So you can't jump over that side, you have to go to the front here. Good. But there's your extra burger to get that back. Another double kill there. That's the last set of monsters right here before boss, which is... If you remember the beginning of the game, I told you there was a soft lock. Well, this is the boss right here. This is the worst boss in the game. Because Magnet Brain is a gigantic RNG troll. He will either push you away, which is the more likely outcome of what he does. If he goes on the south pole right there, the north polarity will pull you in, so make sure you don't get grabbed and bonked. He will go back and forth when he wants to. He has not any sort of ability to be manipulated. He's just a gigantic troll. You can get about 2 to 3 hits whenever he goes between foreground and background. depending on your positioning. That was kind of weird. I actually caught him in midair there, which doesn't happen all that. Oh. Changes a little bit of attack patterns when he starts to get lower in health. Like most good bosses do in beat 'em ups. Except this guy is not a good boss at all, he's a giant troll. So we're doing good here, getting a couple hits per cycle, which is fine. That's not ideal at all. If I had gone in there, he probably would have tried to actually just hit me. Throw him on there so I can grab that for free. If I get one more, I actually get a meter here. But this fight's going on pretty long. Possibility. Sometimes if you're lucky, you can get 3 hits per cycle. It's not too easy though. Meter. I need to actually like delay this a little bit and get him back to the center of the field. Because what you need to do here is you need to make sure he is on screen whenever he blows up. Otherwise he will soft lock your game by falling off screen and not die. And that will waste 25 minutes of your run. So don't do it. Stage 5, pretty long. This is probably one of the longer stages in the game, but the sound is so good here, it doesn't matter. Also introduces robots. Because, you know, those were Power Rangers, right? I'm sure they were, maybe. They take like 5-6 hits to kill when you're kicking. They take less when you're punching, but again, punching's a little bit slower on chem, so try not to do that very much. Putties with window bombs. 3 hits. I want the power up from that, that's why I stopped right there. The Subway sandwich guns right there. They just randomly pop up and they're fixed directions, so it's always going to be the same when you're running through here. The robots will either drop big or little energy, it's completely random, and it can throw off when you're going to morph in this stage, which is a little bit problematic. I missed the jump. Trying to farm them for energy here. What's supposed to happen? Come on, man. That wasn't supposed to happen either. At least you dropped a big one for taking 2 hits off me. So first mini-boss here is a giant APC. Why are they driving at you? The pattern of the driving is completely random. I'm gonna play this a little bit safer. You're pretty safe at the far left of the screen. Okay, it's gone. It's not even a Subway sandwich anymore. They took off that classification because, you know, ow. They have a really large range. They took out this classification of a sandwich because it's too full of sugar. So you just call them subs now, and that's about all you're gonna get out of Subway. They legally cannot call it sandwiches. So Hanzo the ninja here, he's pretty chill. Sometimes he will like teleport into you, but most of the time he does not. That's a shame I lost a life there. I was almost gonna go with this run deathless. Feels bad. That's the end of this part. We have the Tusken Raiders from Star Wars, who carry giant spark batteries. I'm gonna ignore most of them, but there is like one set you kill, and that's the ones right here. Takes about 8 kicks to do that. Jump those. New enemy right there. Basically you're gonna see those at the end of the game too. They just kind of like float along and shoot giant fireballs at you. This is an instant death, so we're gonna take it safe a little bit. I was gonna get shot one way or the other, it's fine. This part right here, if you are not used to it, it's better just to take it safe like this. If you're lucky, you can have enough speed and your momentum to actually go through in one cycle. We're good there. And save a few seconds that way. Got the one up back, the one we lost earlier. Good. Now, if you haven't morphed by this section, you probably want to. Only because otherwise you have to wait for the platform to come back. Just go away, buddy. Because when you're morphed, you can actually hang on to those ceiling things right there. I'm gonna take this safe. Always beat up cars. I mean, we are going to have fun beating up stuff in just a little bit as well, speaking of cars. But for now, I'm still just garden variety buddies. But see, you get to do the cool ranger things right here. That's why you morph with the first part instead of waiting like that, losing a bunch of time. There's one move I haven't shown off to you all yet. Only because I haven't had a good chance to. But every ranger, if you hit down and B, will have a backflip. As I mentioned, Tommy is different. He has a little kick off of the backflip, which makes him, like, kind of awkward compared to everyone else. You have to get used to it. But he's the only ranger that has that. Got the extra power there. Fighter robots will just be a general annoyance. Just kill them. You can also hang off of these things too, which is actually helpful to climb up a lot faster. Use that to raise the camera angle. Little hamburgers are kind of a pain. Okay, that was toxic. How dare you? And here's Donzo, Hanzo's brother. Yeah, he's easier when you're more. That was not exactly planned, but it worked out well enough. Okay, so we're at our boss. Angel Growth is New York, more or less. Power Slap World Champion. But Silverhorns is actually probably like the hardest actual boss in the game. You can only do certain amounts of damage to him, aka 3 hits, and then he just goes into iframes. If you hit him too fast, he will only take one hit and then go stun lock again. Which is not exactly what we want right here. I would say he has like a recoverable stun meter. It's kind of weird. Actually, we're just gonna do that. He starts getting lower on life, he throws those balls in there, he will start commanding them to shoot stuff everywhere. You can hit them, but he'll just resummon them, so it's like, don't bother. Not bad, only one life loss. So we're probably gonna lose more on the escape, but it's fine. Because the escape doesn't matter. But that's stage 5, that's the hardest boss in the game down. Yes, the hardest boss is not the final boss. Stage 6 has the best music in the game, fight me. This first section here, the gears will dictate when you can actually move through the stage. So this is not a speedrunner's best friend at all. But you're not. That's really bad. Bad gun. Bad gun. Yeah, we're just gonna stand right here. Wait for those to turn off. As long as you're through that section right here, you're fine. But as you saw when I was going right through there, they start like pulling you up towards the blades, and you don't want that, obviously, because blades hurt a lot. You have to wait through this. But yeah, best song in the game. If you can catch the chocolate pain buddies, I call them buddies, but buddies. If you catch them in midair, they just die in one hit instead of two. Doesn't matter where you stand. Just whack the grenade. I mean, she kind of does that too. But being able to do the, like, hail of arrows is amazing. It's like hail of light, I guess. Those things are a giant pain, they take up a bunch of time. It's easier for me at the thought process to actually go on the bottom path. The background path just has more stuff to deal with, and fire to jump over, and you eventually have to just move over to the side anyway. So why even bother switching? If you want to have a really cool GIF right here to make for your memes, this is the place to do it. Why? I'm gonna slap the heck out of that car. Kill the boxes, otherwise the claws will throw them at you. Easiest mini boss in the game. I call it a mini boss, and it is considered a mini boss because it actually does deal damage to you if you're not careful. If you get hit by that, that's an auto kill, so don't touchy. Touchy bad. I'm just gonna ignore that thing because it's harder to hit than anything else in the game for the most part. Play with you. They have the Z logo on them, which is kind of funny. Just makes you wonder what they're actually doing working together. Rage is just his factory on Earth. Who knows? The canon of this game is weird. There's a 1-up right here. If you miss it, you cannot get it again. No, every ranger has their own weapon. It's what they use to make the launcher. Like, Adam will have the axe that Zach had, and then it just goes on from there. That was awkward. Answer all of them. Alright, so welcome to Mainframe, aka Krang. Has 3 things he can do, well 4 actually. He throws all his orbs at you, they respawn. Blue is bad, green is okay, red is fine because it's easy to dodge. Actually, this is the one boss in the game I can do this. You have an uppercut too. Just wanted to show that off a little bit. Blue is real bad. It was 4 things of lightning. It is complete RNG, so you have no clue what the next coming. Multiple fire is good. I call that the orb crash, or like the planet crash. Blue bad. Double blue bad. Yeah, Billy had the lance, which was actually kind of like a trident. He also could split it in half too, which is kind of cool. Jason had the sword, Aisha had the dagger. I guess they call it the power blaster in the dub. The big brain, I'm winning again. This is actually really not going to hit PB, because my PB is 42-45, or 42-25, excuse me. So the final boss here, Ivanus, is actually kind of easy to manipulate. He is not as hard as Silverhorns, ironically, because it's easy to telegraph what he's doing. Those are the most annoying things he does, though. If you hit him 3 times in quick succession, he is going to try to push you away and then jump away, and that's how you manipulate him. Until phase 2, anyway. How do you jump so far away for? So phase 2, he's gonna start jump slamming. He does this pretty often, it's pretty easy to see when you're gonna have to dodge it. Stop doing chain lightning thing. Oh my god, so much lag. Is that off screen? I got hit by him. Feels bad, man. And that's the final boss. Yeah, 1v1. It's like any MOBA, you just respect it. Respect it and do it. Yeah, no problem. They all have different weapons in this, for sure. Like, they all came with blasters and they all came with their signature weapon. But bow is broken, that's why we use chem. Alright, your time is now locked. It cannot be changed as far as when you have a dot done. Also, dying no longer matters here. Punching does a little bit more damage, but you normally don't do it because Kimberly's slap is only useful in certain parts. I'm just gonna get that. Okay, that shouldn't have happened, but whatever. I guess that's what, 2 deaths? Not bad. Got little spikes, you know, kind of annoying. I would have died right there anyway, so. Got the final section right here. One last wall. And then just beat up a bunch of buddies till the end. And now you just chill. And dance. $45-14. That's not a great run for me, but it's fine. We did it. Good chance to hydrate though. Good chance to hydrate. And now you get to this luck of the distraction that you caused. Hey for you. A little extra cutscene right here. Updated. Thanks for the GG. Much appreciated. I mean, that just means you're old and you enjoy the classic. That's all. We're gonna watch the credits right here and I'll show you the secret code. Ooh. Tiny. Yeah, if you're watching this VOD in the future, if you like what you see, I'm someone that plays retro. I play a lot of JRPGs, MMOs, MOBAs, stuff like that. I just play everything. Part of being a retro variety streamer. I love doing events like this. This is absolutely a wonderful time. Thank you, SpeedGaming, for having me back after 2 years. Much appreciated. I can't believe it's been 2 years since I left an event here. Goodness. Secret code coming up. 3, 2, 1. Woo. Shiny time. Okay, fine, then. Fighting Edition exists. I didn't care for it. But if you input this code at the start, you get to do this through morph mode. Basically, you don't have your life extensions morphing out of team form, but that's a different category entirely. There's your secret code, fam. Okay, coming up next, I'll be showing off Kirby Superstar all main games. If you're watching this in the future, don't forget to drop some love to the SpeedGaming YouTube as well as all the channels that are up here. It has been an honor as always, and for everyone in the present,